Harambe. Now, rhinos might seem indestructible, but they've been hit really hard by poaching. There's probably less than them here. But they can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes at a time. So if you're under the water, you usually want to look and see if you can see them moving around. Right over there, there's quite a few there. Big adults, female slaying right there. There's some young ones right there. Yes. Now those are Nile crocodile. They're very dangerous. They've been known to take zebra, wildebeest. Okay, we're gonna look for some Tommies. We're gonna have to look close. The Tommies are shorter than this tall grass here, so I wanna watch out for them. Also want to watch for other animals that might be laying down in the grass. And animals like to lay down in the grass to rest or to hide from predators. So we'll keep a lookout. Posts, and then they'll wear them down. Then antelope will use them as lookout posts to spot lions in the tall grass. Now, eland are the largest of the antelope species. Male eland, he can get up to 2,000 elephants there. Oh, there we go. Now look, they're taking mud baths like I was telling you. See, watch, they'll pick it up with their trunks and throw it on their bodies. Right there, wow. Now look at those elephants' trunks. The elephants have over 4,000 muscles in their trunk alone. They're delicate enough to pick up a single. Get to be that size, they're usually around 1,000 years old. The elephants like to eat baobab trees, especially in the dry season, because they contain a lot of moisture. The way they hold on to moisture, they only have leaves 3 months out of the year. We got some more. Giraffe are the tallest animals in the world. They can reach heights up to 20 feet. So Tommy's over there with the giraffes. Get a close look at some white bearded wildebeest up over. Black rhino eat leaves off of bushes around their tail. Oh, there's another ostrich over here. Ostriches are the largest birds in the world. Incredibly strong animals. They can run it.
Big gorilla. Showing his butt.
Come on, man. Look at this big thing. He's a big gorilla, isn't he?
Water tower for the train that's coming in. Handrail car.
Smoking on board the train. For those of you with personal strollers, please take this time to fold them as you may board the train once it is folded. All systems are one-way trips to Conservation Station, so you will need to disembark the train. Our train returns to Harambe every 5 minutes.
Yep. Painted storks.
Heron or with the S shape.
Capybaras.
And it allows us to
200-pound rodents.
move an animal from one place to another. It's kind of a precursor to being able to scale trains.
No, we had no problem getting it. The thing about it was the bigger the parties, the faster they got in. But I just can't figure it out.
His brother is singing.
Entirely of Lego blocks. It's the Fulton steamboat. Doesn't really move. It's a crab restaurant thing.
Well, we're here in downtown Disney, just walking around and gathering the atmosphere and the ambiance. It's going to be, I think, a very, very nice sunset.
From your mouth to God's ears.
5 minutes, I'm telling you. Beginning of sunset over downtown Disney. That white building in the background is Cirque du Soleil. And the water tower is the House of Blues. of restaurants and stores. There's nothing as calming to me as a sunset. Even with kids yelling and screaming in the background. That's the little water taxi that takes you from one end of the lagoon and one end of Disney downtown to the other. We took it to get over to the marketplace, which is where we're at, but we're walking back. Ships that pass in the night.
Blues. We were at the House of Blues in Chicago. Cirque du Soleil. We were at the Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas. Cirque du Soleil again. To China.
We're sitting here on Main Street, or actually Front Street, in Celebration. And I know that people will say it's contrived and it's Disney-fied, but I guess I like contrived Disneyfication because it's quite beautiful.
Where are we eating?
We're eating at Max's Cafe,
I see.
right on the water. I think you can just go down there and sit in those chairs if you like.
Typical street in Celebration. Nice architecture. Beautiful tones. The last picture show. This is down by the lake. We just ate down there.
Do the kids have such fun in that fountain?
This isn't paradise. I don't know what is. Pool for the residents. A little stage on the green for outdoor concerts. Outdoor volleyball courts with sand.
We were walking around the lake, and there's the cinema and fountain. And there's where we had lunch, Front Street. I think that's a hotel.
The tree. Townhouses. The view, I guess the entranceway of the Celebration Hotel. '49 Cadillac. RDA mini car. Or maybe it's a golf cart. Hard to say. There are canals which separate two sides of the street. I'll show you what I mean. And of course, the expense and the just for the landscaping and the trees are just enormous, but the effect is beautiful. And those are houses, apartments. This is a little courtyard for the townhouses. The parking lot attractive. Series of small courtyards. So I imagine each apartment is pretty light. You can see there's a little serendipity in the architecture. There's so much reminds me of Knightsbridge in London. I guess these are townhouses. This is the school at Celebration. Very controversial. People did move here because they wanted an experimental school. They got it, and now they're not too happy with the results. Detail, the shrubbery, the rails,
all those industries are actually doing quite well with the strong economy.
the windows.
But they're out of favor.
This is so well done.
In those groups because so much of the attention is focused.
Private house with very nice shrubbery. Beautiful garden. Pristine and tranquil. These homes are probably $900,000. And they're all on a square. And the square itself is beautiful. And the homes overlook the square.
Is the children's zoo, and look at that big hippo. So it's not the bad
Oh,
Wow, look at this.
It's interesting how high some of these trees are. We're in the San Diego Zoo. Just saw some monkeys. Stella sea eagle.
That one looks pretty closely related to our ball.
It's a pretty red plant.
Painted deer. Ooh, is it really?
Painted honeysuckle. Or honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle.
Smell it. This is a moving stairway. These are siamangs. Indonesia, Sumatra, Java. Little baby in there.
Throw it, Christian.
Orangutan.
You're the big one!
Woo! Showing off.
These are langurs.
He tried jumping the rope. He tried jumping.
I know it had a French name, Vietnam.
Cock. A very long tail. This is a Uriel.
Rhymes with Muriel.
Uriel. It's a very interesting cactus plant.
What? Whoa.
It's Desiree up there.
Stand up for that Kodak moment, and
Red
please don't
tail.
hold the kids up for a better view.
Red
Now
tail.
she has trained kinds of movement, so I want it to be the movement of my gloved hand. Yep. Come on, Diz. Sitting on the lip, checking out the airways before she flies down. Here she comes. All right, nice job, Diz. You hit 235 miles an hour.
Wow.
So maybe someday we'll get one of those here so you can watch that. That's really spectacular. These are more the cheap.
Round cactus. I just named it. Some bougainvillea on the Kiwi Trail.
then when we were at the Busch Gardens, we saw the elephants taking a dump.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that, you know, it's so huge.
Billings too. Oh, that's fun. Hey. I'll still take it.
They have very bad eyesight.
Remember that?
Yeah. The hard bathroom.
What?
Do you have to go potty? Is there one over here?
Hotel Del Coronado on Coronado Island outside San Diego. And we're gonna go have a drink. This is the courtyard of the Hotel Del Coronado. In case of fire, use this. Mechanical lift, circa 1887. This is a swimming pool.
This is the San Diego Pier, and we're getting ready for a 1-hour harbor cruise on May 20th, 2000. Another shitty day in paradise. San Diego is really quite beautiful. That's the boat that we're going to go on, the Hornblower.
I wanted to be there, but you left already.
Where did Marty go?
I'm relaxed. I just started moving.
These rickshaws will take you on city tours. This is an Aegis carrier. Port of San Diego. That's downtown San Diego. Some interesting architecture.
Okay, and away we go. Underway at this time for our cruise around San Diego Bay. You're aboard a Coast Guard certified passenger carrying vessel. Could not take you out today unless we had passed all of the Coast Guard requirements. You'll find life jackets underneath.
That's the hold of
Off
the
our right hand side, we
carrier.
have San Diego's airport, which is known as Lindbergh Field. That was named, of course, after Charles Lindbergh, who flew the Spirit of St. Louis non-stop across the Atlantic Ocean in 1927. Started his historic voyage in San Diego. This is where the Spirit of St. Louis was built, and built by a company called Ryan Aircraft. Took them 60 days to construct that plane, costing $15,000, which Charles donated $2,000 from his own funds. Once the plane was complete, Charles flew to St. Louis. He was there for several days showing off the plane. Then went to New York to prepare for his adventure
That's
over
the
the Atlantic
Coronado
Ocean,
Hotel.
which he accomplished in 33.5 hours, covering 3,600 miles. And he did so at the young age of 25. That all started here in San Diego. Those ramps are in the F position, part of the flight deck. Now when jets land, they clear that flight deck by only 15 feet. Fly an additional 200 feet down the runway before touching down at just over 140 miles an hour. They'll catch one of 4 arresting cables strapped across the deck with their tail hook and cut to a stop in 3 seconds at full throttle. In case they miss those cables, they get enough power to take off again. When jets land, the other way around. When jets take off, they use steam catapults. Jets go from 0 to 180 miles an hour.
That's the Coronado Bridge. We just went under it. It's about 200 feet high at the highest point, where the cars are.
NASSCO, or National Steel and Shipbuilding Company, the largest shipbuilder on the West Coast. In their dry dock is a helicopter carrier, the USS Peleliu. She's going through a major overhaul, and we're going to see another helicopter. Now we're coming up to the Navy base. You can see at Navy Pier 1 the stern or aft section of a guided missile fast frigate, USS Wadsworth. She has a couple of hangar doors on the aft section. Those are for helicopters. Those are helicopter hangars. This one, I believe she was commissioned in 1992. She's a landing helicopter dock. Now her job is to 4 types of helicopters and also the Harrier vertical takeoff and landing jump jet. She has a large well deck that she can open. That's in the aft section, and we'll show you what that looks like later on when we're almost done with the cruise. And she got 61 missile tubes forward in that vertical launch system and 61 aft. They have 122 missile tubes. They can launch surface-to-air missiles and Tomahawk cruise missiles. The large octagon panels are Spy-1 radars. They have 4 panels, each covers 90 degrees, so they can scan 360 degrees at all times, at least 256 miles out, while tracking San Diego Bay, which you can also view a lot of old pictures of San Diego Bay hung on the wall. Something to do.
Those are the Marriott hotels, and the 2 brown buildings are condominiums, and that is the convention center, which is being expanded, because as large as it is, it wasn't adequate for the needs. And there's a
If you're going to be in this area, you might as well visit Seaport Village along the waterfront. Here you'll find a collection of 51 retail shops of various types. You can find a kite shop here called Kite Flight, teddy bear shop called Hug-A-Bear.
This is the Mission of San Diego del Alcala or something like that, and a wedding is going to take place here today, and they're preparing for it, as you see. Look at the beautiful ceiling. And the beautiful stenciling over the doorway. And the courtyard where the bride is. It's a beautiful chapel.
They didn't get it. Who would you expect to see running over the roof here, Susan?
Zorro?
Right. See, you got it right away. They didn't. This is where it took place.
What do you mean?
area.
This? Oh, not this
No.
particular church. Is this not beauteous? Oh, there's the bride. It's if you're Catholic, it's a lovely place to get married. And she has the most glorious day also to get married. You can hear the birds.